Welcome to another deep dive with us.
Yeah,
You know, you're here to go deeper
that's right.
than you can anywhere else. Get some real thoughtful insights. And today we're diving deep into the abundance mindset.
I love this topic.
We do have some really fascinating material to go through for you.
Yeah.
Specifically, I know we're looking at Winston Trim today.
Yes, Winston Trim
Yeah.
really challenges how you think about wealth.
Yeah. And what it means to feel rich.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to look at today.
Yeah, our mission today
With you.
is to explore the idea
Yes.
that
I might already be richer than you think.
you might be,
Right.
and that a simple shift in perspective
Yes.
could be incredibly powerful.
Okay, so let's unpack this right away.
Okay.
The source material starts by kind of calling out this gaslighting of scarcity culture.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically this pervasive idea that society pushes on you,
Yeah,
that you never have enough,
right.
even when you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives these three beliefs that they say are kind of ingrained in us,
Yeah.
which are money is hard to get.
Yeah.
Dreams are for naive people.
Mm-hmm.
And that hustle until you collapse
Yep.
equals success.
The hustle culture.
Does any of that sound familiar to you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it definitely does to
And I
me.
think we've all experienced this underlying anxiety
Yeah.
that there isn't enough to go around, and you have to constantly strive and struggle just to stay afloat.
Right.
So, I mean, these beliefs are deeply embedded in our society, and often they subtly shape our decisions and our overall outlook.
Yes. And a key insight here
Okay.
is that this constant hustle
Yeah.
leads to burnout,
Yeah.
and it misses smarter,
Right.
more sustainable paths to what you want.
Absolutely.
Okay, so then it kind of pivots to this story about this homeless man.
Interesting. Okay.
And despite having nothing materially,
Okay.
he just radiated joy.
Interesting.
And his core teaching was, rich isn't what you have,
Mm-hmm.
it's what you notice.
Oh, wow. I love that.
That kind of stops you in your tracks, right?
It does.
It makes you think about, are you constantly looking at what you don't have
Right.
rather than what you do have?
Yeah.
What are you focusing on?
Absolutely. It totally reframes the concept of wealth.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on, external possessions, it directs your attention inward to your ability to perceive and appreciate the good that already exists in your life.
Yeah, and so it says that this man had cultivated this strong sense of abundance just through his awareness.
That's fascinating, right?
Yeah, and that true wealth
Yeah.
might start with what you choose to see.
What you choose to see, that's a great point.
And it kind of contrasts that to millionaires who feel broke because they're fixated on what's missing.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's really prompting us to audit our own mindset, right?
It is. It really is.
To recognize the things we're taking for granted.
Yeah, like running water,
Yeah.
your phone,
Yeah.
even a simple funny text from a friend.
Right.
These are things that we use every day without a second thought. Yet they represent a level of convenience and connection that would have been unimaginable just a few generations ago.
And it gives a 24-hour experiment where it says, pretend these things are miraculous gifts.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I could see how that would kind of jolt your system, right?
Right, yeah.
Suddenly turning on a tap is something to marvel at.
Yeah, it's a powerful exercise in shifting your perspective.
Right.
By consciously appreciating these everyday miracles, you train your brain to look for and recognize abundance in other areas of your life as well.
Yes. And it's about rewiring that default setting from noticing lack
Yeah.
to noticing sufficiency,
Yeah.
even excess.
I love that.
Okay, so then the source tells a story about a client who was waiting for $50,000
Oh, wow. Okay.
before starting a business.
Got it.
And this perfectly illustrates the scarcity mindset.
Okay.
I need everything perfect to start,
Right.
but the abundance mindset flips it on its head.
Okay. How?
Start with what you have,
Mm-hmm.
the rest will follow. And so the client had this breakthrough
Yeah.
of realizing they could just buy the domain name,
Uh-huh.
and it seems so small,
All right.
but it's actually huge.
Yeah. Right.
So what's something you've been putting off in your life,
Yeah.
waiting for that perfect moment
That perfect moment.
or the perfect resources?
The perfect resources. Yeah.
I think this is a perfect example of overcoming that paralysis by analysis.
Totally.
The scarcity mindset often leads to procrastination and perfectionism.
Uh-huh.
You get so caught up in needing everything to be just right
Right.
before you take any action.
Yeah.
But the abundance mindset emphasizes momentum and resourcefulness.
Oh, okay.
It's about taking that initial step, however small,
Right.
and trusting that the necessary resources and opportunities will emerge along the way.
I love that.
So what's the tiniest, most insignificant first step you could take today
Oh, that's good. What could you do today? Yeah.
to get started on that thing you've been putting
Yeah.
off? It's about breaking those seemingly insurmountable goals into manageable, actionable steps.
Love that.
And that initial momentum can be incredibly powerful
Yeah.
in shifting your perception of what's possible.
I agree.
So then the source gets into this critique of traditional money advice.
Okay. Interesting.
And it says that it's often rooted in scarcity.
How so?
Cut back, save pennies, live on rice and beans.
Right. The deprivation.
And
Yeah.
while there is obviously a place for budgeting and
Support,
financial
yes.
responsibility,
Of course.
this constant focus on restriction
Yeah.
can feel scarce.
It can.
It can feel like deprivation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it reinforces that idea that there isn't enough.
It does.
So while frugality
Yes.
can be useful,
Of course.
an exclusive focus on cutting back
Yeah.
can sometimes limit your thinking
Uh-huh.
and prevent you from exploring opportunities for growth
Okay.
and increasing value.
I see.
And that's where it introduces this 5% energy shift.
Okay. I like that.
So instead of focusing on taking away,
Mm.
it's about adding value.
Okay.
And it gives some simple examples,
Okay.
like the barista remembering a regular's order,
Yeah.
the entrepreneur proactively solving a client problem,
Mm-hmm.
the parent being just a little bit more present with their child.
Yeah.
It's about that small incremental increase
Uh-huh.
in what you bring to the table
Okay.
in your daily interactions.
Yeah. And what's fascinating here is the connection between adding value and the flow of money,
Yes.
you know?
It says wealth isn't generated by simply hoarding or restricting,
Okay.
but by actively creating and offering value to others.
That makes sense.
And that small daily increase
Yeah.
can have a significant cumulative effect over time.
I agree.
So the key takeaway for you is that creating value,
Yeah.
even in small increments,
Uh-huh.
is a powerful engine for abundance.
That's a good takeaway.
And then it gives a fun fact about a client who landed a $17,000 contract
Wow.
after implementing this 5% shift.
That's amazing.
It wasn't about chasing dollars, right? It was about focusing on being more valuable,
Yeah.
and the money followed.
That's so interesting.
So it highlights the power of a proactive, value-driven approach.
Right.
Instead of waiting for opportunities to come along,
Mm.
this mindset encourages us to seek ways to contribute
Yeah. Yeah.
and make a difference,
I love that.
which can open doors to unexpected rewards.
For sure.
Okay, so then there are these two experiments,
Okay.
the already rich experiment
Yeah.
and the abundance spotting experiment.
Okay.
The already rich one is really interesting.
What is it?
It's about consciously tipping generously,
Okay.
even if it's just an extra dollar,
Mm-hmm.
buying the better version of something small that you enjoy,
Okay.
and reframing, I can't afford this,
Right.
into I invest in myself.
Interesting.
It's almost like you're deliberately acting
Right.
as if you're already abundant.
I see.
These actions are designed to shift your energetic state.
Okay.
So generosity, even in small amounts, can create a feeling of abundance and connection.
I like that.
Choosing the slightly better option
Yeah.
reinforces a sense of self-worth and deserving.
Mm-hmm.
And reframing your language around spending
Yeah.
can move you away from a mindset of limitation
Right.
towards one of intentional investment
That's a really good point.
in yourself.
Yeah.
And then the abundance spotting before bed,
Okay. What is that?
naming one unexpected win you experienced,
Okay.
one person who helped you, and one way you helped someone else.
Interesting.
That sounds like a fantastic way to end the day.
It does.
Consciously focusing on the positive
Right.
and the interconnectedness of things.
And it says you can turn it into a game with your family.
Yes.
Ah, that's fun.
So it's a simple yet powerful practice
Yeah.
in cultivating gratitude
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing the flow of positive experiences and interactions
Yeah, I like that.
in your daily life.
Yeah.
By intentionally directing your attention to these moments of abundance,
Uh-huh.
you reinforce that perspective and make it more automatic over time.
It becomes a habit.
So pulling all of this together,
Right.
the source makes it clear that abundance isn't just about the numbers in your bank account.
Okay.
It's a permission slip.
Okay.
Permission to celebrate now,
Yeah.
to trust that enough is already here,
Okay.
and to act from a place of overflow
Right.
rather than exhaustion.
I love that.
So it's not some distant future goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a present state of mind
Yeah.
that you can cultivate.
It reframes abundance as an internal state rather than an external achievement.
Yes.
It's about recognizing the inherent value and potential that already exists within you and around you.
Yes.
This shift in perspective can alleviate the constant striving and anxiety
Yes.
associated with the scarcity mindset.
And then it says the money follows the mindset
Uh-huh.
every damn time.
Wow.
It makes you think about your own mindset around money and abundance.
It does.
What's one already abundant thing you're going to do today?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Even in a small way.
That's the question, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, intellectual understanding is only the first step.
Right.
The real transformation comes from putting these principles into practice.
Yes.
So what small, tangible action can you take today that reflects an abundance mindset?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Finally, the source emphasizes the importance of action.
Okay.
And it says that the clients who see the fastest transformation are the ones who take messy action
Mm-hmm.
before feeling ready.
Yeah.
I feel like that really resonates, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You can read all the books.
Yeah.
You can listen to all the deep dives.
Right.
But ultimately, it's about stepping out and doing something,
Yeah, just doing it.
even if it's imperfect.
Imperfect action is better than no action.
So the final challenge for you listening is,
What is it?
what's your messy first step?
That's it. That's the question right
What
there.
are you going to do?
That's the catalyst for change in your life.
Yes.
It's about overcoming that initial inertia
Hmm.
and embracing the imperfections
Mhm.
of the learning process.
Yeah, and that willingness to take action,
Uh-huh.
even when you don't feel fully prepared,
Right.
is a key differentiator
Yes.
in cultivating abundance.
I love it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
we hope this exploration of the abundance mindset
Yeah.
has given you a new way to think about wealth
Yeah.
and what it means to be rich.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's not just about accumulating more,
Okay.
but about seeing more,
Yeah.
appreciating more,
Right.
and acting from a place of sufficiency.
I agree.
We encourage you to reflect on those questions
Yes.
we posed
Uh-huh.
throughout the conversation.
Yeah, think about them.
Think about the 24-hour gratitude practice,
All right.
the already rich experiment,
Mm-hmm.
the nightly abundance spotting.
Yeah.
These aren't just abstract concepts.
Right.
These are practical tools
Totally.
that you can use to shift your perspective.
Yeah.
And maybe the most provocative thought
Okay.
to leave you with is this. Maybe true wealth isn't about what you manage to gather in your lifetime,
Right.
but what you choose to notice
Mm-hmm.
and how you choose to act
Yeah.
with the incredible abundance that might already be surrounding you right now.
I love that.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Thanks for listening, everyone.